Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another session for the 2025 CLIA Global Cruise Line webinar series. We're thrilled to be joining you today with Oceania Cruises to learn about the art of upselling. My name is Johanna de Guzman, and I'm the Manager of Industry Relations for North American Travel Trade Membership here at CLIA. Before we dive into today's presentation, I'll cover a few housekeeping items. Our presentation today will run for about 40 to 45 minutes. We encourage you to engage actively by submitting your questions through the webinar's questions module, and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation during the live Q&A session. For those who might miss today's live session or want to review the content later, this webinar is being recorded and will be available on CLIA's YouTube channel, CLIA Global. It is my pleasure to introduce your presenter, Maggie Delacruz. Maggie is a dedicated business development manager at Oceania Cruises, where she oversees the Southeast and Northeast regions. With a focus on building strong relationships and promoting luxury cruise experiences, Maggie excels in her role by showcasing Oceania's culinary excellence and destination-rich itineraries. Her expertise and passion for travel make her a valuable resource for those seeking exceptional cruise experiences. And with that, take it away, Maggie.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Joanna. Good afternoon, everyone. So today I'm going to help you understand a little bit more how Oceania Cruises fits perfectly in your supplier portfolio, how you can grow your business, generate more revenue, and fortify those relationships with your clients by giving them exactly what they wished for and then some, right? Because remember, it's not really just about upselling, or it's not really even upselling per se. It's really about enhancing their expectations, superseding anything that they thought was possible. Like Joanna said, my name is Maggie de la Cruz. I'm the Business Development Manager, and I cover anything from North Carolina down south and all of Florida. And I may have worked with some of you or maybe met you at a trade show. So I also want to take an opportunity right now and just say thank you for all the support and for your partnership. It is truly appreciated. So at this point, I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with your world, your way, right? Because this is a phrase that pretty much sets the tone for the Oceania Cruises experience. This means that your guests, your clients, our guests, can actually customize their vacation by using their vacation dollars how they want or their vacation hours as they deem fit. So basically what we do is we provide the amenities that really matter, and then they can just build on from that or not, because it's perfect just as it is from the beginning. So it really just depends on what they are looking for. And to help you understand and appreciate our product a little bit more, it's also helpful for you to know what our three core pillars are. So what is it that sets us apart from our worthy competitors? Glad you asked. So first of all, and hands down, it's our finest cuisine at sea. And many of our new guests that come to us, it's simply because they want to experience our cuisine, right? They've heard, that's that foodie cruise line. And we are, because we were created by foodies, we were designed by foodies, and we are still being run and catering to foodies. So whether your clients are foodies or not, by the time they get off the ship, I promise you they will be. So, as you can see, culinary is our love language, and we love sharing that with our guests. So naturally, we're not going to nickel and dime them by charging them, for their meals at a specific venue or not, because they are all complimentary, whether they go to a specialty dining room or the grand dining room, or even in their suites and stateroom. There is not going to be any service charges or up charges for that. Then we have our award-winning itineraries. And so many of our guests are well-traveled, and they come to us because they know that we can take them to those unique destinations that probably the other ships can't take them to. And so we call on over 600 destinations around the world. We have over 8,000 shore excursions for them to select from, but don't worry, like I said, it's going to be narrowed down by their interest, the region that they're going to, so it will be a lot easier, but they'll be able to pick what they want. Then we also have our small ship luxury, which is probably one of my favorite features, because in a world where the ships are just getting larger and larger and larger, it's really comforting to know that Oceania Cruises has stayed true to the commitment of just keeping it small, keeping it intimate. And then, of course, our personalized service, which is what our guests really enjoy and come back for, and say in our past guest surveys that that's what they really appreciated, and they return time and time again. That and the country club ambiance, which is always, very easy sailing, comfortable, but still keeping it luxurious. And of course, like I said, I think it's no secret at this point that guests want to travel with less people, hundreds and not thousands. So I like to say that our foresight proved us right. So let's talk a little bit more about what ultra premium cruising is, because I'm sure at this point you're all probably saying, well, what exactly is ultra premium? And so from the beginning, what we did is we set out to bridge that gap, right, between the large premium cruise lines and the more expensive all-inclusive luxury lines. Because we were able to identify that there was a need. There was a need for guests that were searching for something more intimate, luxurious, guests who were seeking an unforgettable travel experience and not just really looking for a boat ride filled with thousands of people or rock climbing walls, loud music, or video games. No, our guests are looking for, they want to learn about the different cultures, the different traditions. They want to experience different flavors and explore places that they once only dreamed about. And while they do enjoy the finer things in life, they're not quite ready yet to commit to an all-inclusive luxury product. And that's because being pretentious is really not their thing. Their thing is enjoying life. And so as you can see on this slide, we fall perfectly right in the middle. We provide our guests with the luxury that they value, but at a price point they're not going to have to feel guilty about. This actually gives them wiggle room, or an opportunity to book another amazing vacation down the line. As a matter of fact, some of them will actually even book while they're on board, right? Because think about it. Now they're on board, they've experienced, and now they understand our value promise and they have their aha moment, right? And I know what you're all thinking. Don't worry. These onboard bookings are going to remain under your ownership because we understand they are your clients. You put them there. We respect that. So I do encourage you to encourage them to visit our onboard ambassadors while they're on board. And in the hype of it all, let our ambassadors do the work for you and help you secure the next booking. Now, on this slide, you can get even a better idea of the incredible value that your clients will attain when sailing with Oceania Cruises. And while I typically don't like or care for sharing comparison slides, I understand that some of you have probably not sold or even sailed on Oceania Cruises. So this way you can see where our differences lie, and you can actually pair us up with your clients appropriately. Because I also want to know, we're not necessarily competing with each other per se, right? We each have our own unique qualities, but it's up to you, the travel expert. They're relying on you to place them on that correct product. And I get it. It's a huge task. And I admire you all for that incredible role and the responsibility that you take, especially when you're planning that perfect honeymoon or that perfect, dream vacation. I can't even imagine, all the work that entails on your end for that. So once again, thank you for all that you do. So now let's talk a little bit more about our ships. I want to introduce you to our 8 beautiful ships. And so we're going to start off with Insignia, Nautica, Regatta, and Sirena. And so these are the first 4, the Fab 4, that started it all. Our past guests have a huge affinity with them. They're fan favorites, and chances are it's because they've sailed on them before, they have fond memories, but they also develop these relationships with the staff on board, with their favorite butler or bartender or attendant. And that's because, we've done everything to make them feel when they return like they're coming back home, like they're coming back home onto their luxurious home out at sea. So nothing like a hotel on the water, absolutely not. Then we have Marina and Riviera, which is actually twice the size as our smaller ships. But it's still, when you think of the industry average, it's still relatively small compared to everything else. It's also important to note that because they are smaller, like I said, they can call into so many different boutique ports that the larger ships can't. So I know you've heard this from your clients when they say, oh, we've done everything. Oh, we've been there. Oh, we've done that. Even when they say we've done, Europe. Well, but have they? Have they really called into all of those ports? I challenge you to go into one of our itineraries and break it down for them, and you will see them say, oh, no, but we didn't go there. And that's because if they've only been sailing on those larger ships, the chances are they've missed out on a whole lot of ports. So please, like I said, don't let them just brush you off with that. take it the extra step. I challenge you to break it down for them. And now we have Vista and Allura, right? And these are our two beauties that have just recently joined the Oceania Cruises family. Vista set sail last year, and then Allura is set to sail this year. And these are the first of our fleet to have all veranda staterooms. For me, that's important. I love to have breakfast in my veranda and my plush robes and the slippers. So that's one of my favorite things to do while on board. But there's also more dining opportunities, more activities to do on board. So it really just depends, again, on you having that open line of communication with your clients, knowing what they're really looking for or expecting from their vacation. So that way you can plug them into the correct product. I can't imagine going wrong with any of these beauties. But there are some guests that really just want something a little bit smaller. So I would say the 650 guests. Some are a little bit more flexible. So something like Vista and Allura, if they're looking for something a little more sleek, a little more modern, a little more sexy, I think that our A-class ships are perfect with Vista and Allura. But also be confident knowing that all of our ships are either new or better than new, right? So all of our ships have been re-inspired recently. The last one I believe that came out of dry dock was just last summer, and that was Marina, and she's looking amazing. So feel confident knowing that on any of the ships that your clients sail on, they will be quite pleased. So as we call into over 600 destinations, our guests, our ships will have your clients sailing in luxury and style, all over the world, actually, even in just one sailing, while they take advantage of the finest cuisine at sea. So, our well traveled guests love sharing details about the places that they've been to and where they'll go to next, because again, we're all about the journey, the destination. And so, this is why our talented destination team is always hard at work trying to figure out the next new adventure for our very well traveled guests. So, this year's hot topic happens to be, this year's adventure and hot topic happens to be Alaska. And so more guests are really eager looking to visit Alaska, me included. But they're also looking to do it with less people. And so this is why we've developed the perfect Alaska campaign. It's important that your clients know that Oceania Cruises sails to Alaska also, because I'm pretty sure they've only heard of those other larger cruise line calling into Alaska, and they're not really aware that they have options. I can say this because I've attended some of those consumer events, and when I mention Alaska, I see their face light up and they say, Oceania does Alaska? So, yes, we do. And not only do we do it, but I'm going to tell you how we do it different and how we do it better. So we have convenient departures from Seattle, Vancouver, and Anchorage. Our sailings range anywhere from 7 to 12 days, but there's even a 19-day sailing that I think is amazing. It will take them right through the international date line and end up in Japan. Like I said, very different than what they're used to hearing. We also offer 30 to 50% more time in ports than the bigger ships. We have the largest standard stateroom of any ship sailing into Alaska. We have 2 crew members for every 3 guests. We have 1 chef for every 10 guests. And then, of course, our chef market dinners, which allows your guests to have, the fresh Alaska seafood and local specialties. So as you can see, it's very, very different than what they've heard. So we've even incorporated a chef-hosted sailing. This is by Aisha Abram, who was awarded Best New Chef for 2023 by Food and Wine. She's actually an executive chef at a historic restaurant in Seattle, and it is very well known for its exceptional food quality. And so this is just one of our sailings that we're starting to host from our multiple chef hosted sailings series, basically. I wanted to showcase this one because it's also part of our President's Day sale, which we will talk a little bit more about when we get into the value of sailing with Oceania Cruises. So something that your clients can also take advantage of is Denali or Rocky Mountaineer, because we understand, right? Once they're already out in these foreign places, fabulous places, they want to take advantage of so much more than just being out on the water, and they want to take those adventures offshore. So they're able to take advantage and do the Rocky Mountaineer, Denali. Alaska Explorer Program. I want to put a huge asterisk here because As you know, traditionally there are no children on board Oceania cruises, not because they're not allowed, not because we don't love them. There just really isn't a lot of provisions, or any provisions for that matter, for them to be able to come on board and have fun. However, during the summer months, on just a few of our sailings, we do have the Alaska Explorer program. So be sure to check in with our cruise specialist or your BDM, myself, or director of sales, if you're considering one of these sailings, especially if one, you're booking clients that have an aversion to sharing the pool with children, make sure it's not one of those. Or two, if that's something you're looking for, we can find the exact sailing that will offer it. So just wanted to make it clear. I always love to be transparent, and it's that open line of communication that's going to help us every time. So again, we sail all over the world, the Mediterranean, Asia, South America. You can explore South America on board Marina and see the best of Brazil, the Amazon, Patagonia, and beyond. So because again, our guests are adventurous and worldly travelers, we take it offshore, and we also offer land programs. So these are commissionable to you as well, of course, and it also includes transfers. So it's important to be able to enhance their vacation, because they may not be realizing that they can go to Machu Picchu when they're planning their cruise vacation. They can do, a safari in Cape Town. But if they're not interested in that, well, then perhaps they should really consider just doing a hotel stay, because I highly stress that they arrive at least a day earlier, right? They shouldn't be arriving the day that their ship sails off. It's not ideal. I know you guys know that, and I'm probably preaching to the choir, but I just had to make a mention of that. But also know that all of these options are available for you. It just makes it so much easier for you to have it all together, one-stop shop, to be able to put your clients in the right direction. But so perhaps they're not looking to flying, and they're local, and they don't want to go 6 to 8 hour flights just to start their vacation. They might simply just want a nice, easy getaway to relax, or thaw out if they're snowbirds. We do the Caribbean very well. Like I said, very unique, very different, over 40 different voyages, unique itineraries, sorry, 70 voyages, but 40 different itineraries. And we do follow the seasons. So we'll be in September through April. And obviously, as you can see, we will not be in the Caribbean during hurricane season. Our talented destination team makes sure that we are at the right place at the right time. So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about what's new, because there is so many new and exciting things going on. First of all, Allura, right? We all know this. Allura, that's what's new. So she's all the buzz, and we are all eagerly waiting for her arrival into Miami this fall. She's going to set sail in July, and it's going to start from Trieste to Athens. That is her maiden voyage. Then she's going to do Athens to Monte Carlo, and then back Monte Carlo to Athens. So, some of our guests love to brag that they were on the maiden voyage, or even the maiden season. It doesn't necessarily have to be the first sailing, but they love to brag that they've been on the maiden voyage. So I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you, because there's still some opportunity with a couple of staterooms still. Something as a Floridian that I'm excited about is that the beautiful Insignia, she's going to call into Tampa now for 2026. So now, your clients are able to enjoy ultra premium cruising just by driving up to the pier. They're not forced to have to use the large cruise lines. So we have 5 different voyages that they could just drive up. So it's round trip Tampa. If they're locals, no flights needed. They could do Tampa to Panama City, or even Bridgetown to Tampa. So a lot of new itineraries coming up. And something that I think is really neat and really exciting is it's a very unique opportunity, and that's that Marina is going to be positioned in the path of totality for the 2026 solar eclipse. How cool is that? So July 30th, sailing from Copenhagen to Reykjavik, and we're even going to feature a renowned astronomer as well on board, and have like special eclipse celebrations. I'm sure there's going to be some fun dishes, probably with some fun names, all geared towards, the eclipse. But nonetheless, I think it's a pretty unique opportunity and an amazing experience to be able to share with your family and friends. Something else that's huge and that we're all very excited about is to announce that Jacques is back. And not that he ever went anywhere, but he never really left us, right? He's always been a part and always will be. So many of our guests have asked for Jacques on to come back to as a dining venue in Oceania Cruises. And so, of course, we listened. So the sophisticated French dining venue is already a fan favorite. Jacques can be found on board Marina and Riviera, and our guests love it. So now guests can also enjoy Jacques while on board Vista and Allura as well. So this actually proved two things. One, we do read our past guest services, and yes, they're important, and that our guests really do appreciate fine dining. And so last but certainly not least, we're ready to launch our 2027 around the world voyage on board Vista. So this time there's going to be 3 variations of sailings that can total up to 244 days. So the marketing materials have just been posted in our Travel Advisor Center, and you can already start going through them. I suggest you start throwing out teasers to your clients. And if you think you don't have a client that's interested in and around the world, I think you should think again. I think you should reconsider that, talk to them about it, because I remember being in a huge conference where they said, anyone that has sold in around the world, please stand up. And it was amazing of the amount of people that stood up and to see their colleagues saying, you sold in around the world. So don't take it for granted. Definitely entice them, give them the information, start your teaser campaign. We do have the brochure already, also in the Travel Advisor Center, so you can get more information on that as well. And then, of course, our extraordinary gourmet restaurants. How do I even begin? There's just so much to talk about cuisine. So, our restaurants on board, they serve the delectable dishes created all a la minute. We have highly qualified chefs, and actually we're the only cruise line with multiple master chefs. And they curate all of our dishes, ingredients, because it's not just what the guests see that matters, right? It's also what goes on behind the scenes. It's just as important. So I mean, I wish you could all see the impressive equipment in our galleys and see our chefs and staff, just everyone running around behind the scenes, making sure that everything is perfect. And then at the helm, of course, of it all is of our Giada, which is the godmother of Vista, and Jacques, who is our patriarch. They're the ones spearheading this whole situation, also alongside Master Chefs Eric and Alexis, both helming from France. So these guys here, they are perfectionists. And they are always involved in everything that has to do with curating our culinary experiences. So we have Toscana, where guests will savor true Tuscan cuisine in a true Italian setting, where authentic Italian dishes are served. Even custom designed Versace china. This gives it that little special touch of opulence. Red ginger is a fan favorite. And by fan, I mean me. So in Red Ginger, guests will enjoy a fusion Asian dishes, right? One of my favorite dishes is the miso glazed sea bass. Just melt in your mouth. And then, of course, we have to have a steakhouse. So Polo Grill, which is the ultimate steakhouse, and you'll be served USDA certified Angus beef, and it is aged to perfection, so the perfect texture. And then, of course, you can have your tomahawk steak or lobster. And I have to again notate that there's not going to be any charge for any of this, or even if you wanted that tomahawk steak, it's not an upcharge. So keep that in mind. What you do need to do is make dining reservations for your clients, or they need to make their dining reservations as soon as their category opens up. I always suggest, once you give them their invoice, make sure that you notate the date that the category opens up, and then that way they can put it on their calendar, or you can put it on your calendar. I'm certain that they would love to get that pop-up reminder. You can put it on an email, and like predated so that it's delivered on that date. And as soon as it gets to them, you're going to look like a rock star. You're paying attention, you know what they need, and they're going to value for it, because it's important that you build on those relationships and that trust. Personally, I don't buy something from someone I don't trust. So work on building that trust and that relationship. Then we have our grand dining rooms. So for the grand dining rooms, no reservations are required because they're not specialty dining restaurants. It does not, but because they're not specialty dining restaurants, it doesn't mean that it's any less in quality or flavors or elegance, right? We have a huge spectrum of global flavors, and guests can also follow our chef's tasting menu, which is actually pairs up all the entrees perfectly. Also, if they're health conscious, then they could take advantage of our Aquamar Vitality cuisine there as well. So, a lot of different opportunities. Our Terrace Cafe is where you can relax and enjoy a very informal breakfast, lunch, or dinner. This is also where we showcase our chef market dinners. And so these dinners are going to have your guests sampling like the traditional dishes from the local regions that we're visiting. So think of, I know I showed the Alaska example, but if they're in Spain, they'll probably have tapas or and paella and sangria and all these fabulous local dishes. Then we have gourmet ice cream all day, all day. As much as the ice cream, I challenge you to have as much ice cream as you can. As a matter of fact, it's Humphrey Slocombe, which is to die for. It's amazing. Um, my favorite is Secret Breakfast. And what that is, it's Tahitian vanilla and it has some frosted flakes and then a splash of bourbon. Oh my God, so, so good. So then here's the Waves Grill, which is also very informal, poolside. Um, where you can get your burgers and you can actually still have a surf and turf with the burger option, which is really, really nice. And again, all of this is included. So even if you go to Baristas, which is our coffee house, that's all included. Coffees, cappuccinos, croissants, beignets. It's incredible. One of my favorite things to do while on board is to take advantage of the hands-on culinary center. So we're so passionate about cuisine that we wanted to share that with our guests on board. So we were the ones that pioneered the very first hands-on cooking center at sea, and it's been history since. I mean, it's amazing. And so you're able to understand now that because we're in a smaller ship, they're not going to miss out on the larger ship feels, right? You could see that there's plenty of activities, there's still all the bells and whistles. They're going to be able to take advantage of the Broadway like shows, casinos, bars. We even have a string quartet in Horizons Lounge daily at high tea, which is actually one of my favorite things to do as well. So there's a lot to do. What I am not mentioning here today are our suites and staterooms, but I do have to brag about them because if your clients are considering stepping into a luxury product, we actually offer our standard staterooms are larger than their intro level stateroom. So keep that in mind as well. I am very proud about the fact that our ships are just as luxurious and have all the pampering that they could think of. So I did not, for sake of time, we have so much information to cover. I'm not showcasing any of the suites and staterooms. Of course, you can find that information on our website. Or maybe on our next webinar, we can focus just on that. So let's talk about value. And before that, I want to remind you, remember, value means differently to people, right? Everyone has a different perception of what value is. Value is actually more of the way that a product makes someone feel, how they experienced it, the memories that created. Because in the end, these are the stories that we're sharing. This is what we're talking about. We're not really talking about, what we paid or didn't pay for. We're talking about everything that we remember from that experience. But for the sake of understanding the value, the monetary value right now, this is what we're going to go over. So right now we have our President's Day sale, which is actually coming to an end, but I still wanted to showcase it because you have today and tomorrow to still go ahead and get those bookings. The President's Day sale offers up to 50% off. Plus, they'll be able to choose an unlimited wine, beer, and spirits package or shipboard credit, which is can be valued up to $1,000, and that just really depends on the length of the voyage. But if air is important to them, then they can pick free air or reduced air. So it does expire tomorrow, February 28th. Yes, tomorrow, February 28th. Um, You can just scan the QR code and it's going to show you the different dates, but you've also probably received a handout with the flyers for this. So take advantage of that. You can still hold an option booking and present it to your client because remember, they have 5 days to deposit. So if you hold it today, you book it today, they still have 5 days to hopefully come through on that, and they'll still be able to take advantage of the offer. And so also going on right now is our 25% bonus saving, which will also include unlimited wine, beer, and spirits package, or the shipboard credit, or the free or reduced air. And this one is actually going through March 31st. Okay. And so if that wasn't enough, right? If that wasn't all, we also are going to be starting March 1st. So you guys are getting the first preview here. It's just 2 short days away. We're going to introduce our spring sale. And so with this incredible offer, your clients can have it all. This is about as inclusive as it's going to get, guys. So remember, we're still not an all-included luxury product, but in this instance, your clients are going to have the opportunity to take advantage of all the luxury and additional amenities. And they'll be able to do this from time to time, I'm sure, through our value-driven promotion. So this provides them the perfect opportunity and you to introduce them to a new way of cruising. And trust me, once you feel that, once you experience an Oceania cruises sailing, there's really no turning back from here. So the only thing they're going to question is, why didn't we do this before? And then they're going to want to only book luxury going forward. Mark my words. And then, of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our gift card offer for you all, because due to the incredible demand for Alaska, the Alaska gift card opportunity has now been extended and it's going to run through April 30th. So here's the good news. You have more opportunity now to get that coveted $300 gift card. The not so good news is that everyone's going to have to wait a little bit longer for the gift card because remember, not until the offer expires will we submit the request to go ahead and get all the gift cards processed. So let's recap. So if you sell any 2025 Alaska voyages, the first booking is going to give you a $100 e-gift card. The second is going to give you $200, and the third is going to give you $300. And then any thereafter will also give you $300 gift card until April 30th. Amazing. So, value for them, kudos to them on their new vacation, and you also reap the rewards. So that's what, partnership is all about. We want you to appreciate and we want you to understand that we appreciate and value everything that you do. So let's recap once again. Aside from all of those offers that we have, what's going to always be included with your Oceania Cruises vacation? It's our Your World Included, which is our value promise to our guests. So it includes gourmet specialty restaurants, in-suite and in-stateroom dining, unlimited Starlink Wi-Fi, sodas, specialty coffees and teas, still and sparkling beer water. We know how expensive water bottles can get while on vacation. Juices, smoothies, and gourmet ice cream, group fitness classes, laundry services, and shipboard credit. And yes, this is all in addition to any of the offers that you just saw. So let's talk about partnering for growth and how we can help you promote and grow your business. So there's so many useful tools and information for you in our Travel Advisor Center. So I want you all to please, please, please take advantage of it. So all you need to do is, go onto the home page. At the bottom right, it says TA Center Login. And when you select that, it's going to take you to this page where you're going to be able to either sign in if you already have an account, and if not, you're going to select create account. It is going to ask you for a password. You're going to create a password because it is unique to you. And then it's going to ask you for your agency ID. When it asks for your agency ID, you're going to give them your CLIA number. That is your agency ID number. And then, of course, your email. So now once you've done this, you have full access to be able to enter our Oceania Cruises University. You will also have full access to our Oceania Insider. And you want to have access to our Oceania Insider because anytime we have a new promo, offer, launch, you're going to be the first to find out about it. You're going to be in the know and you could start doing the teasers and sending out the information to your clients, right? With Oceania Cruises University, you'll be able to take, I think it's 2 or 3 modules, but you get $250 bonus commission per module that you complete. So not only are you going to learn and have more current information, but you're also going to earn money by just learning it. So you're going to get a bonus commission that you can apply on your next new booking. You'll have access to our pre-made customizable flyers, our emails, our social media posts. So easy to use. Plug in your contact information, call to action, anything you want to just promote, and it's there for you. We understand sometimes, marketing is a tough job. Putting all these things together could be time consuming, but if all you have to do is just plug in and send out, I mean, I know for me, sign me up. Also very easy to use is our Oceania Insider Connect. Huge. I can't tell you how many travel partners have told me recently that they've been able to grow their business by just taking advantage of this co-branded website opportunity. It's amazing. All you need to do is send out the promotion, through to their WhatsApp, their email, their Facebook, any social media post, anything. And it's going to go straight to them or even in their inbox. Once they're looking around, it really looks like the Oceania Cruises website. But when they select, give me more information or please send me a quote, it's coming into your inbox. We don't even know this. We were completely left out of the loop at this point. This is just between you and your client. So take advantage of the muscle that we put behind this and grow your business with this. I mean, it's so easy. We even already have pre-made offers. So I'm certain if it's not up there now, within the next couple days, the spring sale promotion is on there, and you could just gather all that information and put it right into your co-branded site and share that with them. So we also have our wonderful guest services team that is always available and ready to assist you in anything, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. through 9 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and then, of course, our Sales Resource Center. So if your DOS or BDM is out on the field traveling,
Oh, Maggie. Hi, this is Johanna. Maggie.
contact email
Okay.
number. Yes, yes.
Oh, you cut out a bit right after you were talking about just the different resources that we had available. You cut out right there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So, yeah, Wi-Fi sometimes is, when it works, right? So yeah, so we do have the Sales Resource Center, which is, our inside sales department, if you wish, if you will, that are able to assist you when we're out on the field. My contact information is on there. I know I don't serve everyone, but I will be happy to direct you in the right direction if you need anything. But you can also find that information on our website by just plugging in the region that your agency is, and it will connect you to the correct director of sale or business development manager. So before I leave, I just wanted to share this one quote that it resonated with me, and it's from, of course, from Giada, and it says, "Travel and food are the ultimate ways of bringing people together." And I thought, that's exactly what we do. That is, I mean, everything I just said in 43 minutes, that is what we do. We bring people together by, traveling and sharing the finest cuisine at sea. So, with that, I will be happy to answer any questions that anyone may have.
Maggie, well, thank you very much from CLIA, our team here, and our attendees who joined us today. We do want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to share all of this great experiences that Oceania has to offer to our clients. And just to kick off our Q&A portion, we did have a question here about solo travelers.
Mm.
And so I know from my own research just that Oceania does offer special things for solo travelers, but for those who might not know, could you just speak how Oceania still carries the Your World, Your Way for solo travelers?
Sure, absolutely. So it really depends. On some ships, we actually have solo staterooms that it's already priced out for the solo traveler. We also have solo dates. So on a specific date, they will be able to take advantage of a solo promotion. So it will be priced out for the solo traveler. So we do understand that, some of our guests are solo travelers and they are not left by the side. We actually do keep them in mind. It's not on every sailing, but we do have quite a few, and those dates will also be found in our travel advisor center. You can actually print out like the calendar of dates that the promotion qualifies for. So if you have solo clients, you can already start or initiate that conversation by telling them, on these dates, you can take advantage of a solo fare promotion.
Great, thank you. And I know that we speak a lot about the culinary experiences that one gets when sailing with Oceania Cruises. And you did mention what were your favorites, but for those clients who may have dietary needs or dietary restrictions, could you just speak about how they can still experience those culinary experiences that you offer, but taking into consideration what they may need for their personal diet needs?
For sure. Well, the first thing and the most important thing is, again, communication. So they need to let you know, and you will let us know, and we will let the ship know, right? And I promise you, there hasn't been a dietary restriction that we haven't heard of or been able to accommodate to. We do have over 250 plant-based items on our menu also. So, there's all sorts of variations of meals, and we will make sure. I mean, I even heard of, and this is actually from when I was in Vista. It's not normal, it's not usually customary, but I just have to share this story because I thought it just resonated with me. So there was a guest that had a severe peanut allergy. And so for that particular guest, so that she could really enjoy the dining venue, they asked her to just come in every day for dinner. I think it was like about an hour early before they opened the dining venue, so that way she can have her meal with her husband, and not have to worry about peanuts or any ingredients with peanuts, kind of, even because she was very sensitive to it. So we do take that very seriously, and we do everything that we possibly can to accommodate.
Great, that is lovely to know, especially because I know a lot of our attendees are probably thinking of the different clients they can reach out to.
Mhm,
So that is very good to note.
mhm.
And just to stay on the topic of accessibility, I know that Oceania offers a lot of shore excursions, the
Mhm.
different tours, food and wine trails. Could you just speak about the accessibility for that, if any special considerations need to be taken when telling the clients about these specific tours?
Yes, absolutely. And I think the first order of business would be to find out what exactly they're looking for. What are the shore excursions that, it's probably on their top list to do. And then we can figure out, what the activity levels are on that particular excursion, because we have the description for all of the shore excursions, on our website. And especially once they've already selected their voyage and they have a confirmed booking, we can tell them exactly, is there going to be cobblestone streets? Is there going to be inclines? Should they bring a sun hat or sunblock? All of that information will be on there, even if it's maybe not accessible, to someone in a wheelchair, or if there is, or maybe it's a portable wheelchair, because there's just so many variables to consider. And so every case is obviously unique and different. So I think the first order of business is find out what they're looking to do. And then with your cruise specialist, or anyone, will help you decipher and break it down to what will be most suitable for that client. But we do have all sorts of different variations of, sometimes even of the same shore excursion, just enhanced a little more vigorous activity or not. And there's codes also on our website that will tell the clients, whether it's the consumer side or even your travel partner, that will tell exactly the story of what they should be looking for in that particular excursion.
Great, that's super helpful when planning and making sure that the excursion matches their client. So thank you for that. And just with the couple minutes that we do still have here, Maggie, for those attendees who may be new to Oceania, could you just repeat or provide us with the link for them to create their travel agent or travel advisor account with you guys?
Absolutely. I'm actually going to go right back to the page so that way. So it's okay. So this is what it's going to look like. So you can either go to the main website, oceanacruises.com, and then at the bottom right hand corner, it's going to say TA Center Login. And then once they select that, it's going to bring them to here. Or you can just go straight into oceanacruises.com/advisor and it's going to take you here. The important thing there is that you select create account and that you use your CLIA number for the agency ID.
Great.
And this is password protected. So if let's say you are in an agency of 25 advisors, each advisor has their own account. But this is going to give you access to be able to make bookings, modify, customize the bookings 24/7. So you don't necessarily, even though we're always there, willing and able and happy to help, you don't have to really rely on us 24/7. You can make a lot of these modifications yourself and the bookings because sometimes when they call in right there on the spur of the moment, that's when you have to take advantage of it, right?
Mhm. And so, Maggie, you would recommend that having that account is an easier way or a more accessible way to get just price quotes if we need to do something very quickly for one of our clients.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can once you become proficient in it, you'll be able to just go in and get, the exact quote and the exact stateroom that you want. Especially like for season launches, right? So we have the around the world coming up. It is no secret. We sell out year after year. So it's important, right? It's actually kind of funny when you if you would able to see our call center in the morning, the day that our around the world launches, it is mayhem. Everyone is sitting at their computers, and as soon as that clock strikes 9, it's game. So everyone is just typing away, calls are coming in, everyone's trying to get their preferred stateroom, and if they're looking for, a particular suite, an Oceania suite, a Vista suite, you know that those are limited. And those are the first ones to go. So you don't have to really rely on someone to do that for you. You could just be there ready, and as soon as it launches, go in and grab that stateroom yourself. So it does give you an advantage to be able to do that on your own, for sure.
Perfect. What a great tip. And Maggie, just to finish up here, just to conclude, for those agents who are now being introduced to Oceania or want to really start selling Oceania cruises, are there any resources or trainings or videos that they can look over to kind of help them really become experts and proficient, like you mentioned, in everything that Oceania has to offer?
Absolutely, absolutely. So the first easy thing would be the Oceania Cruises University, because that's going to pretty much give them the introductory level, the 101, right? All the major bullet points, like what our value promise is. I didn't even get to talk about groups, but there's even a segment on groups, because groups is also huge. So there's once you're in the Travel Advisor Center, you're going to have all these tools that you'll be able to take advantage of. We also have videos in the Travel Advisor portal that you could share with your clients, or you could learn from, or use in your own presentations. I have a travel partner that, because of our schedules, he wanted me to come in. I couldn't, but I sent in one of our videos, and he was able just to talk off of that video. So there's a lot of different opportunities, but please take advantage of the Travel Advisor portal. It's really there for you all, for your convenience, to help you really answer those questions. And about answering questions, I would say the Oceania Insider, probably my top resource tool. And so we send them out weekly. You have to sign up for it, but once you're in the portal, you'll see where it says sign me up, and you're going to receive it weekly. Now I get it. We all get emails, all the time, and our Outlook is cluttered sometimes. But what I've done is I open a folder, and then if I can't get to it right there and then, I do have it available in the folder. So I just have Oceania Insider folder, and I put it in the folder. If, let's say, a travel partner calls and says, "Oh, Maggie, does this cover, does this promo cover the sailing?" I have it right there in my Insider because it has all the tabs that will take me straight to the offer. So yes, it's very important to have that at your fingertips. And again, it's being able to answer those questions right away, quick and fast. That's what they want from us.
And Maggie, I'm sure you have equipped our attendees with all the tools to be
Mhm.
experts at Oceania and sell, if not multiple Oceania cruises, but their first one. So just to wrap up here, thank you everyone again for joining us. Maggie, we are very much so appreciative of you and all the information that you share with us during these sessions. So we hope to see everyone at the next one and hope that you all can join us at Cruise 360.
Yes, excited. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. See you soon.
Bye. Have a great day, Maggie.
Bye bye. You too. Bye.